The day is finally here. The moment that a certain subset of the internet wants you to believe no one has been waiting for. The day I make a new video. That's right. We're back, baby. I'm obviously joking, of course. I watched Superman, so we're gonna be talking about Superman today. Yay! And thank God this movie is finally out, because I no longer have to fear about any time a DC project is announced, whether it's going to be good or not. Because let's be honest with ourselves, the past 10 years has been really hard to be a DC fan unless it was animated. So I'm just happy that there's finally hope within the community of DC. When the teaser trailer came out for this movie, I was immediately locked in. I was hooked. I was filled with hopium. I had joy in everywhere I walked. I was skipping in the street, prancing all around, having a grand old time, and then I realized I have to wait 8 months. I had a very similar reaction to this teaser as I did when I saw the Batman trailer for the first time.
That was pretty damn sexy right there. I gotta be honest, man.
Now, did the hype that I had been building up inside my head live up to the expectations, to what was actually put on screen? Well, to be honest, no. But also, I don't think anything could have. Like, that's the thing. I don't know what could have made a perfect Superman movie. Because honestly, I can't even think of what my perfect Superman movie would be. Like, I feel like this movie is as close as it would be, but I think I'm looking for a feeling, you know? It's not so much a plot I'm looking for, an action set piece I'm looking for, it's more a feeling. And this movie almost gets there. And there isn't even anything inherently wrong with the movie. Overall, I did enjoy the movie. I think it's a very good movie, and I would highly recommend anyone to go watch it. The movie opens with an opening crawl, which is unlike any other James Gunn movie we've ever gotten before. It gives a little explanation of the universe we're in and Superman himself, and then we learn that today is the day that Superman took his first ever out on the battlefield, along with the ongoing conflict that he was trying to resolve between the two nations. Now, when I read those two things and was not shown them, to be honest, I got a little worried about the movie, because those are two important events in Superman's life, you know? His first ever loss as a superhero within 3 years of being active, this is the first time he loses, and we're not shown it. That's a little off to me. I'm not even asking for a full-on fight, you know? I just kind of wanted to see a little glimpse of his ass getting kicked, because I feel like that is something very important to show, not just him falling down from the sky that we got in the teaser trailer. It's a great scene, but I think we should have just started with a little mise-en-scène, if you want to get technical with it, and show us a little bit of the fight. And to be honest, these are pretty small things within the movie, so I feel like they're more nitpicks more so than overall criticism, because they don't really affect the movie itself. Because by the 30-minute mark, I was locked in. I was just slowly leaning more and more into my chair, just taking it in. Now this is some good Superman action right here. The only other thing that felt a little off to me is the actual structure of the film. Now, this movie takes place over the course of, I think, 3 or 4 days in Superman's life. And originally, James Gunn had intended to split each of these days up by having a title card introducing each day and telling us where we are in the story. And he got rid of that and opted just to have hard cuts to black instead, which I don't really know why he did that. It's not hard to keep track of where you are within the days. Like, they're pretty obvious. Like, you know where these title cards would have gone. Like, again, this isn't really a big criticism for the movie. It's another just nitpick I have with it, because I feel like having the title cards could have just put in that nice little bow of style onto the movie that would have made it just the tiniest little bit better. The best way to describe this movie is a couple of single-issue comic books stitched together to make one Superman movie. It gives you a lot of bite-sized adventures, which is where I feel James Gunn took his big inspiration of All-Star Superman from, because in All-Star Superman, there is a plot of Superman dying of poisoning, but it's not really the main focus of it. We get a lot of mini adventures within each issue where they're completely separate adventures, and we just have the looming threat of Superman dying within all of them. The other thing I want to talk about for this movie is the world building, and it was done very well. Because at the end of the day, as good as a Superman movie this is also the official launch of the DCU. So this movie has the task of building a world that is filled with superheroes. I mean, we have Superman within his 3rd year of activity, so we already have a metropolis that is conditioned to kaiju storming the street, pocket dimensions, and just absolutely weird characters just roaming around all around them. I mean, we're already starting to get inklings of the Justice League forming within the Justice Gang for this movie. And a lot of the concepts within the pocket dimensions and kaijus are very comic booky. This feels like a comic book world, and James Gunn really went and ran with the idea that general audiences nowadays are conditioned to wacky concepts with the MCU, that the general audience nowadays has a much greater knowledge of comic book weirdness than they did just 5 years ago. So this really feels like a world that is filled with superheroes within a natural way. I mean, in some of the scenes you can just see some Metropolisians, Lipians, I don't know what the hell they're called, just walking around like it's their day-to-day, because at this point, it's been 3 years, they're kind of getting used to this now, we're just like, Superman's got it, he's got it, we're all good, he'll figure it out, I'm all good, I gotta go to work, I'm busy. And because of all these wacky elements within the movie, when I see Lois Lane and the Daily Planet crew get into Mr. T's ship and start flying around, it's not that much of a jump in logic. It feels like, yeah, this is just another day. This is just what happens. Sometimes I gotta take over a ship. I'm gonna fly me and my boys and girls all around the city. Gotta help out Superman, you know? Like, it just feels right. You know? Which is another thing I want to talk about the Justice Gang themselves. Like, they were all done very well. And I was actually surprised how much Mr. T was involved within the movie. I was not expecting him to be the one to get the most screen time of the 3 of them. I honestly thought it would be Guy Gardner because of Lanterns coming out, I think, next year. But I think Mr. Terrific was handled very well. He was honestly probably the funniest character in the movie. For me, personally, I like just his lines, I like his demeanor. I think there's going to be a whole new wave of Mr. Terrific fans after people go watch this movie, and I'm very excited that he's going to have some spotlight all to himself. Then we, of course, have David Cornsweet as Superman. And let me just say this right here, that he is Superman. He perfectly embodies what Superman should be. I haven't had a Superman actor fully sit right with me since Christopher Reeves played him in 1970. Cornsweet can play Clark Kent as the lovable doof that we all know and love, and then he can be the most confident man in the room when he gets into the red trunks and becomes Superman. But he's still lighthearted and knows how to talk to people. He feels like that guy from Kansas that is just so nice and so charming and lovable, which is why everyone loves him. He's just that approachable guy when you see him walking, or more likely flying, across the sky. And then on the other end, we have Nicholas Hoult as Lex Luthor, which is another great performance. This man gives him such great hater energy. I truly feel every time I looked into that man's eyes that he hated Superman with all of his guts. There was not a single bone in his body that wasn't devoted to wanting to take down Superman. There isn't a second where he is not thinking about him, a way to kill him, a way to dismantle everything about him, and to ruin his life. He just has the perfect hater mentality that I feel like we haven't gotten in a Lex Luthor in a while, or honestly ever. And it just ends up going back around on itself to making him feel pathetic. Like, you are spending all this time focusing on Superman when you can be doing all of these other things that could help the world. Like, the man truly believes that he is better than Superman in every way. Then we have Rachel Brosnahan as Lois Lane. And she does a very good job as well. You know, she embodies what I feel Lois Lane would look like. We've gotten overall some pretty good Lois Lanes in the past, and I think she's definitely my personal favorite. Maybe. I don't know. We'll have to see. Time will tell. But I really do enjoy her chemistry with Clark Kent and their basically situationship that they're in of will they, won't they. Like, she's not too sure about it. They've only been dating 3 months, but she's on the fence about it. She's not fully sold on him. And then the interview scene that they have between the two of them is another great scene. And I feel like it's a good way to show the dynamic between Lois and Clark, which we haven't really gotten in previous movies. I feel like we're starting to get a much more in-depth look on who both of them are as people and how they are together, which we haven't really had the time for in past movies. But honestly, every character gets an A+ on performance. Everyone did a fantastic job in this movie. A+, gold stars for everyone around. Good job. Give yourselves a round of applause. But yeah, those are my first opinions of the movie. Now, I've only watched the movie one time, so these are just kind of my immediate thoughts. If I were to, after multiple rewatches, I can probably give you guys a much more in-depth look at it. Like, I'm still comprehending the movie myself as I'm filming this. I just got my immediate thoughts, just wanted to share with you guys. I wanted to get back into making videos on this channel. So, I'm gonna give Superman a confident and strong 8 out of 10. That's how I feel. I think it's a phenomenal movie, and if you don't like it, I don't know what's wrong with you, because this is a great movie, and I think you should like it. Hello, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you liked the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to like and subscribe down below. It would be really awesome if you did that. This is a smaller video for you guys that I just wanted to start getting into a habit of making anytime a new movie comes out. Hopefully I can keep on top of that. Fingers crossed. I have a whole other channel that I upload 3 times a week to, called Schmixiety, where I do a bunch of gaming content with me and my friends. So if you want more of me, check that out. And this is not the video I promised you guys in the community post. This is just a quick one that I wanted to get out for you all. I actually have a much bigger video planned, so this has delayed that one a little bit. It should be out by the end of July, first week of August, fingers crossed. Like, all of the stuff is, the script is done. I just need to film and edit it, and it'll be out for all of you. So keep your eyes out for that. Thank you again so much for watching, and I will see you all next time. So, bye!